we started talking strategic partnership with Thailand, we said we have to give real substance. So how do we define that? For us, it's getting into cooperation that will commit the two countries on long-term structural issues.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome to Thai Pulse. Thailand is France's oldest partner in Southeast Asia, and our friendship spans more than 3 centuries.
Last year marked one significant milestone in the relationship between Thailand and France. 340 years since the first contact between Siam and France. And this year marks 170 years of formal diplomatic relations. Let's dive in.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ Your Excellency. Thank you very much for joining us and welcome to the show. So let's talk about the relations between Thailand and France first. So last year marks 340th anniversary of the close contact between Siam and France. As the ambassador, how do you view the evolution of these relations?
Actually, we may go back to 2022 when President Macron came to Bangkok. He was invited by the Thai chair of APEC, and he had one day of bilateral visit. It was a very good visit. A lot of Thai people still remember when President Macron, and we can say that it restarted the relation after a long period where the dialogue between the two countries was not so dense, especially after the 2014 political developments in Thailand. After that, we had back in 2024 not one but 2 visits by Prime Minister Seta Thavisin, who went to Paris March and May. Each time he had a working dinner with President Macron, and the 2 leaders decided that we should work towards a strategic partnership. And if you look at the most recent past, we had the pleasure of having Prime Minister Anutin in Paris, and he also had a working dinner with President Macron. And again, both leaders confirmed that we should enhance our relation towards a strategic partnership. So in a few words, we can see that the dynamic has been very positive for the past 4 years.
And also this year marks 170 years anniversary of our formal diplomatic relation between Thailand and France, right? So why is this milestone important for both nations?
We have also to go back to what we said just before, 340 years and 170 years. If you look at the math, 340 is the double of 170. So there was, a wonderful opportunity to showcase how old our relations are. We have done this in the past, 300 years, 340, but this time, we have 2 years of historic commemorations. So we thought, with our partners within the Thai government, that it was a wonderful opportunity to showcase everything we've been doing for the past, centuries or decades, but more importantly, what we are doing now and what we can do in the future.
Right. And to commemorate these 2 events, our Prime Minister visited France in May, and you were with him as well.
Yes, I was with him.
Right, and he met with, of course, your president and also business leaders. Could you please share with us the outcomes of the conversation with the president, of course, and the business leaders?
So if we start with the president, as usual, this is an opportunity to discuss bilateral issues, and as I said, the 2 leaders confirmed that first we can adopt a new action plan for 2026-2028 that we have been working on for the past weeks and months. So that was an opportunity to announce this bilateral action plan and to confirm the direction of the bilateral relationship towards a strategic partnership. So in more details, they discussed in what areas Thai-French cooperation should be enhanced. And there was a lot of discussion about infrastructure, also innovation. Prime Minister Anutin was quite insistent on the fact that maybe we should go more into high tech innovation, AI, quantum computing, which could be new areas of cooperation between the two countries on top of what we have been doing for years now. And with the business leaders, there was also very good contact, so good that after he came back to Bangkok, only a few days later, Prime Minister Anutin had another meeting with a business delegation. They also, together discussed the areas like aerospace or infrastructure, where there could be more Thai-French cooperation.
Right.
Major French corporations, such as Airbus, for example, are now taking interest in expanding their investments in Thailand. So my question is, which sectors are they particularly interested in, and what makes Thailand an attractive destination for French investors?
As you said, Airbus has been a long-time partner for Thailand, not only because Thai companies purchase Airbus aircrafts, but it goes beyond that. Airbus is also an important partner in defense and space. You may know that two of your satellites, TEOS-1 and TEOS-2, were produced by Airbus and launched by France. And a new area where they are working very closely is on what we call sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, which is very important for the years to come when you want to go decarbonized. If you want to decarbonize your economy, you also have to reduce the cost of energy and have a cleaner energy. So SAF is one area where Airbus and its Thai partners are working actively.
Okay. I'm sure that you had a lot of conversation about French people who work here or who own business here. My question would be, what are the big advantages of business, of owning business or working here, according to them?
Well, first of all, let me say that we have about 300 French companies, major companies or smaller companies, and they seem all happy to be in Thailand. For most of them, it's a choice that was made a long time ago, when Thailand was seen as a major regional industrial hub. So one sector which is quite obvious is the automotive sector. We have all the companies that produce the equipments for automobile that invested in mostly in the EEC, Eastern Economic Corridor. So they are very happy. Why? Because they find in Thailand good infrastructure, enough energy, and also good connectivity. I'm talking of your airports or ports, Lem Chabong or Suvarnabhumi, that are major assets for Thailand. And I hear often, the Thai leaders, but they are right to say so, that Thailand has a unique geographical position at the heart of Southeast Asia. So that is also important, because a lot of these companies, they work for not only the Thai market, but for the regional market, increasingly, China, Japan, even India. This is a very strong, presence of a French company.
Okay, now let's take a short break. And when we return, we'll turn our focus to the new areas of the cooperation and also the next chapter in Thai-French relations. Stay with us.
As artificial intelligence transforms Southeast Asia, ASEAN is taking action to ensure the technology benefits people while protecting them from emerging threats. In 2024, ASEAN introduced the Guide on AI Governance and Ethics and established a working group on AI governance, creating a shared framework for responsible AI development across the region. AI is transforming ASEAN, but it also brings new threats. From deepfakes to fake news, cross-border crime is evolving. But now, ASEAN is fighting back. Later that year, ASEAN digital ministers endorsed the ASEAN AI Safety Network, enhancing regional cooperation to tackle cross-border cybercrime and emerging AI-related threats. As digital scams continue to evolve, ASEAN is working together to ensure that AI remains a tool for progress, not a weapon for fraud.
Welcome back to Thai Pulse. So now let's talk about the next chapter of our relations. So during the Prime Minister's visit, both countries endorsed the joint action plan to strengthen the partnership between our two countries. So this is an important step toward elevating bilateral ties to be a strategic partnership. So we heard about this term a lot, strategic partnership in diplomacy, in international relations. But what does it really mean in practical terms?
It's a very good question. For us, it shouldn't be only words. If you look around, there are a lot of countries that say, okay, we have a strategic partnership. But if you scratch a little bit, there will be no reality or no substance. So for us, as soon as we started talking strategic partnership with Thailand, we said we have to give real substance. So how do we define that? For us, it's getting into cooperation that will commit the two countries on long-term structural issues. I mentioned earlier anything related to energy transition, decarbonization. So that is a long-term goal. We noted that Thailand has an even more ambitious target of net zero in 2050, and we're ready to assist Thailand in this endeavor. How can we do it? There has been a lot of conversation about sustainable energy, renewable energy, including nuclear energy. As you know, France is the country in the world that has the highest proportion of electricity coming from nuclear. We know that there are some thinking here in Thailand, still very quiet, but real to see whether this could be an option for Thailand.
Right.
So we stand ready if Thailand so wishes to engage into conversation to see how Thailand and France could cooperate on nuclear energy. So that is one example of how we can have a strategic partnership, because if you decide to work on that kind of issue, it's for 20 or 30 years. Same with the defense industry. If you have a partnership that is really strategic, it means that you commit yourself for the next 10, 15, 20 years. So this is the substance we give to a strategic partnership.
And what areas are expected to be the key pillars in this partnership?
Economic and defense and security. We could add, for example, anything related to cyber. We can see these days that this is an increasing challenge for everyone. Cyber security, everything that happens online. Even some evil things. So we also started the discussions with our Thai partners with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the Royal Thai Armed Forces on what we can do on cyber security. So this is also something quite strategic. Every country these days needs more security
Yes.
in the cyberspace. And so it started. I think we can go further. Like also, I would like to mention that anything digital also could be an area where we can do more. This has been identified also as one area where our two countries can do more. So I was glad that with the delegation of French business company which came just 2 weeks ago, there were also companies who were working in this, and they felt that there was an interest here in Thailand to work together.
Yeah, cybersecurity is definitely something that we really need to work on because it's always an issue right now, and nowadays it's getting bigger and bigger too. Like whenever I go to seminars that talks about IT, generally, cybersecurity always has a role in it.
Yes, and it affects the life of ordinary people.
Yeah.
Not only governments or state agencies, everybody is affected. We didn't mention, the scam centers, but this is also a real issue in this region. We also have someone working at the embassy on, child abuse online, which is also a very, sad, sensitive issue. But we have an expert from the French police based here in Bangkok who works with the Royal Thai Police and also partners in the region to do whatever we can to fight against this terrible phenomenon. So this is also an area that may affect, the life of ordinary people.
Yes.
Right. I think we've talked a lot about policy already. So now let's break it down to cultural ties,
Yes.
right? So French culture is, as we know, appreciated all around the world. In Thailand, there are many French restaurants, there are French international schools. So many people love French culture. So how is France currently promoting French culture and French language in Thailand?
Thank you for this question, because it's a very important dimension of what we do also at the embassy. You mentioned it. We're lucky to have here in Thailand quite an extensive network, which started a long time ago. Everybody I think knows Alliance Française.
Right.
The one in Bangkok was established back in 1912. So it's more than a century of history, and it has gone from different places. Now it's near One Bangkok, beautiful modern building. So it's our flagship. But we also have 3 others, Alliance in Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Phuket. We also have 10 French schools here in Thailand. 5 in Bangkok, 1 in Chiang Mai, Pattaya, 2 in Koh Samui, and 1 in Phuket. So this is very important, of course, to provide education to the children of the French community, but not only. There are a lot of Thai pupils too, or Thai French children, or children coming from third countries, even China, Korea, Japan, all over. We can see that the French language is still popular in Thailand. We estimate there are around 35,000 people who learn French in public schools, at the university, or at Alliance Française. Unfortunately, the relative weight of the French language is changing because there's a lot of competition from other languages, Chinese, Japanese, Korean.
Right.
This is very understandable when you live in this part of the world. We understand that people want to learn the language of the neighboring countries. But still, I think French remains widely taught here. And we are working a lot with the Ministry of Education
Of Thailand.
Of Thailand, yes, to maintain or even improve the quality of the teaching. So we provide a lot of training courses, innovative also techniques to teach to keep the attractiveness of the French language, and that includes artificial intelligence and I meet often with Thai teachers of French, and they tell me how important it is now to maintain the interest of the young generations. We're also very grateful now to the Thai royal family because they
King Rama
also
IX lived in Switzerland.
practice French, and King Rama IX and late Queen Sirikit, they both spoke French. They actually met in France. Now their first encounter was in Fontainebleau near Paris, and Queen Sirikit was the daughter of the Thai ambassador to France, so they both spoke French. But other members of the royal family, Her Royal Highness Princess Kalyani, King Rama IX's sister, she was a French teacher. She created the Association of French, Thai teachers of French here in Thailand when she was also a professor at Thammasat University. These days we have Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn, who speaks very good French. And we also have Her Royal Highness Princess Siri Vanawari, who spends some time in France every year. And we are
speaking French too.
Of course, yes. So in every generation, we have members of the royal family who speak good French. So we're very happy with that.
Okay, so right now we're celebrating the 170th anniversary of Thai-French diplomatic relation. Will there be any special events to commemorate this?
Since last year, because as I said, it started with the 340th anniversary. So we had a lot of cultural events. We published books. We had seminars. But maybe the most striking is now taking place in Paris. Maybe you have seen in the news that, and this is one of the reasons why Prime Minister Anutin went to Paris, is to visit a beautiful exhibition currently shown at the Musée des Arts Décoratifs. It is a decorative arts museum, which is within the Louvre, same building, right in the center of Paris. And what do they show there? They show some of the dresses that were worn by Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, because they come from the Queen Sirikit Museum of Textiles. So from May to November, this is a way to showcase Thai culture, Thai civilization at the heart of Paris, and this is taking place in the framework of this 170th anniversary. So, Her Royal Highness Princess Siri Vanawari was there. The Prime Minister was there with full Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Culture.
During your first tenure until now, what kind of changes in Thailand that impressed you the most?
I'm often asked this question, okay, you were here 35 years ago, what has changed in Thailand? I often answer that, the hardware has changed a lot. What do I mean by hardware? It's, the infrastructures, the urban landscape in Bangkok. As you know, the French embassy is by the river on the Chao Phraya. 35 years ago, there was almost no buildings, no high-rise building on the Thonburi side. Now we can see 40, 50-story building across this huge mall, Icon Siam, just across the river. So the infrastructure has changed, and of course it has also improved with the transport system. There was no BTS, no MRT, so this is a real improvement in Thailand, the infrastructure. But what has not changed so much is what I call the software. So I think it's good in a way because Thailand is very keen on keeping and maintaining its traditions. So the way people think, they behave, has not changed that much. It doesn't mean that the young generation is sticking to the old ways of thinking. Of course not. But you are a country which has managed to modernize, its infrastructure, its hardware, while keeping beautiful traditions. And you don't see that in many countries. And I think there's a good balance, a good harmony between the two.
Right.
Okay, so finally, on a personal note, what is the most surprising or rewarding aspect of Thai culture that you have experienced since your arrival in Thailand?
I wouldn't say surprising because, as we said, this is my second time in Thailand. So it's hard to surprise me because I knew the country already. And
what about rewarding aspect?
So I will concentrate on the rewarding aspect. I think what I like the most here in your country is the high level of tolerance. You're very open people, and you tolerate a lot of different ways of life. You're really open to other cultures. Although the whole world, is here in Bangkok in a way or another. Of course, gastronomy. You have restaurants from all over the world, but a lot of people coming from all over. They feel comfortable here in Thailand because they feel welcome.
Yeah.
And if you look, at your history, this was already the case 350 years ago when the first diplomatic envoys came. They also noted that at the time there were communities coming from all around the world, Europeans, people coming from Persia, Japanese, Chinese, and they all lived in good harmony. So I think this is a very important feature. So that's the rewarding part of your question.
Yes, we see it that way as well.
Right. We look forward to deeper and further cooperation between our two countries. So thank you very much, Your Excellency, for being here with us today.
Pleasure.
Merci.
Merci
How was my
beaucoup.
French?
Gang ma.
I practiced a
Thank
lot.
you very much once again.
All right.
So from today's discussion reminds us that strong international partnerships are built not only on history, but also on shared goals and mutual understanding for the future.
And that's all for Thai Pulse this weekend. We see you again. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
Yeah.